Hello, everyone, and welcome to the All Four Downs podcast featuring the one and only OV1 and Heck Love, CMG Sports. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Clovercrest Media, on Facebook, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast platform. Once again, All Four Downs. It's the NFL picks going into week 9 in the NFL. But before we even talking about the NFL picks here, we're talking about Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah. Week 9. We're halfway there, Heck.
That's right. I mean, who would have thought, time flies when you're having fun, I guess, and we're enjoying what we're seeing so far. I think we would like to slow it down a little bit. Let's not rush February to come along already,
Well, you know what? For all the NFL talks we've been talking about since the season started, and I just can't believe that these weeks went by so fast. I feel like the season just started, especially how the games went at the very beginning. It was so debacle. Like, I don't know about you. I know you're in the lead on the picks, but I mean, it's like trying to scratch your head. But you were dominant this week, and then you didn't perform the following week. And then you got your act back together. I mean, who would have known that the Green Bay Packers was going to be struggling? Who would have known that the AFC West as a whole will not live up to the hype?
Yeah.
But what is your pick out of everything so far through week 9? Who are your two teams, your top AFC, NFC that you could see going into the Super Bowl?
I'm still like Buffalo. I do like what they got going on, and they haven't disappointed me yet this year. But when I look at the NFC, after half the season's gone by, I switched things up a little bit, and surprisingly, I got the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, they're at 500 at 4-4, but look at their schedule, see what they got, and look at who they picked up by the trade deadline. I think they're going to make a big run in the NFC.
I agree with you with the San Francisco 49ers because they picked up McCaffrey. And then once these guys that are in the injury reserve come back healthy, the 49ers are not – I mean, they're going to be the most dangerous team in the playoffs, okay? They are favored to win their division. I mean, the Rams are struggling, okay? The Cardinals, I don't know what's going on there. They might have to have a new head coach. They might have to replace their quarterback, all right? But I'm not going to disrespect the Seattle Seahawks either because the Seattle Seahawks are playing old school style football. And it just happened that we just witnessed Seahawks handling business against the New York Giants. Now, I'm not going to make any excuses because that's my team. But they didn't need Russell Wilson. But at the end, I'm thinking the 49ers win that division. But on the other side, the Philadelphia Eagles, they've been doing it. They've been, Jalen Hurts has progressed. They put talent around him. There was a reason why they had to make these trades just for him, and he's doing one hell of a job. So if it's anyone in NFC East is the Philadelphia Eagles. I know I'm a Giants fan. It's hard to say that. But if I'm being real, I think the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles might be the two teams in the Super Bowl.
Hey, I like that. And then when you think about that pick that you got right there, think about, Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? That would be something phenomenal to see. His current team versus his former team, that would be good. That would be crazy to see right there.
Not even see that way until you just explained it right now.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's awesome, Now that Andy Reid's doing State Farm commercials and, drawing mustaches on his teammates, he may do the same thing. Who knows?
Oh, man. Here we go. I mean, he might be drawing mustaches on the Eagles. Just saying. But, hey, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings real quick because they will be facing the Jets. I used to seeing the pages down in the bottom. And the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens finally took the throne. They're up a game against over the Bengals. The AFC South, the Titans are now in their winning ways, but they're on top of the Colts, Jaguars, and Texans. In the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs are a game up on the Chargers, but the Broncos and Raiders are struggling to catch up with the Chiefs and the Chargers. More to follow as the season goes along. Moving on to the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles are the only team that's undefeated 7-0. The Cowboys and the Giants tied 6-2. But you look at the North, the Vikings 6-1 with a 3-game lead on top of the Green Bay Packers. The NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my God, the Atlanta Falcons? Are you serious? Who would have known that with a 4-4 record, they are in first place? But can they maintain? Or can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wake up and smell the coffee and run the table? Or could the Saints? It's anyone's hands, to be honest with you. As far as Carolina Panthers, they're lighting up the load with the salary cap. Maybe they'll make the run. But in the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks has proven everybody old school is where to go. You don't need an elite quarterback to win games. You can win as a team. Currently 1 game over the 49ers, Rams, and then the Cardinals in the basement. I mean, there's just plenty of football to see here, man. Plenty of football.
It sure is. And you see a couple of these last place teams are only a game or two out of first place in their division. So it's still anybody's ball game. It just depends on who wants to turn it up and show out right now. We'll see.
That's right. Absolutely. Teams on the bye week. We got the Browns, Giants, Steelers, Broncos, Cowboys, and 49ers. We just talked about the 49ers. And, man, I think after the bye week, I think you're going to see a big difference for that team. The Cowboys, I mean, look, they're hot. I mean, they got probably the best running game in the NFL. The Broncos, I mean, Bronco country, I guess. I don't know what Russell Wilson's saying. The Steelers, man, they're going to be looking at next year, probably prepping their draft as we speak. The Giants, how will they respond knowing that they just started 6-2? Can they maintain the momentum? Because you and I know that the Giants always struggle after a bye week. Yes, and the Cleveland Browns 3-5. Their next game against Miami. Rumor is that Watson, when he comes back, will immediately start as the quarterback.
Yes, sir. And look, now we get into the Monday night game at NRG Stadium. Okay, we already got the World Series going on between Philadelphia and Houston, and now we get an added bonus of Philadelphia versus Houston, but in the NFL. Look, I can't find any reason to pick Houston in this game. Okay, Philadelphia is in the top 10 in passing yards, rushing yards. They're third in the league in points per game at 28. The only thing that's going to beat the Eagles is the Eagles in this game, okay? And I'm not being funny about that. Mistakes will cost them, injuries will cost them, but as long as they stay healthy and Jalen Hurts does what he's doing right now, the Eagles win this game hands down. Easy.
I agree with you there. I'm taking the Eagles as well over the Texans.
And so now when you talk about the Falcons and the Chargers, I kind of went back and forth on this game right here because, you know, you got two teams that are struggling right now, you know, on both aspects, defense, offense, okay? And, yeah, Justin Herbert to me is the better quarterback in this game, but I think the Falcons are trying to find their way. They know what's at stake with them in their division. So give me the Falcons to win this game. I call it an upset in my book. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to stop their run game, and I think Mariota will do just enough at home in the air to pull out the upset win at home against the LA Chargers.
I was liking the Falcons as well, man. They're 3-1 at home. The Chargers, I mean, they're traveling to the East Coast. Get me Atlanta as well.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, we got the Bengals and the Panthers. Look, what can you say about this? You know, I mean, the Bengals, they struggle offensively protecting Joe Burrow. He gets sacked a lot, but the Panthers ain't going to do nothing in this game to put any pressure on Joe Burrow. I think he's going to have plenty of time in the pocket in this game. Give me the Bengals to win at home against the Carolina Panthers, who are struggling.
I'm taking the Bengals with a must win, being that they're 4-4. They got to get back on track.
All right, Miami and Chicago. The Bears. Look, the Bears looked pretty decent, but, you know, give me Miami in this game. I think they bounce back. and win this game on the road. I think the Bears just still got a lot of things to figure out here. I mean, I like Justin Fields. He's doing his thing, but no, I think Miami would take this one.
Oof. This is in Chicago. I don't know how the weather's going to be.
Right now they're calling for sunny weather and high in the mid 60s.
Oh, that's terrible for the Bears, man. I'll take the Dolphins. I don't like the Dolphins, to be honest with you. I don't like them this year. I mean, if Tua stays healthy enough to in the complete game, I think the Dolphins will definitely win.
All right. Well, the Packers and the Lions. This one's kind of tricky because Green Bay has not been doing nothing in the last month of football. Okay, but we know the Lions, they're all over the place when it comes to defense. So I trust Aaron Rodgers to bounce back in this game and get the win and get his offense back on track just for this week against Detroit.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we going to get out of these two teams? The Packers have a 4-game losing streak. The Lions with a 5-game losing streak.
yes.
Listen. This is where I'm going to have to disagree with you here. I know it's a long shot. I'm sorry. I know.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Oh, my God. If anybody would be like, what are you, stupid? I mean, you're supposed to pick the Packers. But the Lions is going to have this run game. And you can't even trust the Packers wide receivers. Can they catch the ball? Or is the Lions going to take the lead in the first half and then just lay on their backs in the second half?
And you're absolutely right. I mean, Detroit's run game versus the Packers' run defense it matches to Detroit's favor, but they're going to have to rely on that because they're not going to be able to throw the ball against Green Bay. Green Bay is number one in pass defense, so there's no way Goff is going to be able to throw that ball. So that's why I think Green Bay will be able to do just enough, and I think Aaron Rodgers is just a better quarterback in this matchup against Goff. But I mean, hey, we see crazier things happen before.
I'm slightly taking the Lions. Call me crazy.
No, hey,
All right.
you got to do what you got to do, right? And with the Las Vegas and Jacksonville, well, they both got to do what they got to do. The Raiders, I don't know what they did. I think they had 2 bye weeks, I guess. I think that was their plan, I guess. And they didn't inform the NFL on that. But I'm leaning towards Jacksonville, man. I like the way Jacksonville is playing. I know they are what their record shows they are, but to me, they're playing better than Las Vegas right now. I had high hopes on the Raiders this year, but go ahead and give me the Jaguars at home against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, the Raiders are 0-4 on the road.
Yes.
Okay. They lost last week. Jacksonville Jaguars, their points differential is positive. Even though they lost 5 in a row, but they're scoring points.
Yes.
It's just nothing's going their way. But I'm taking the Jaguars as well.
All right. Well, sounds good then. So Jaguars will win their 3rd game. Now the Colts and the Patriots on this one. Look, I like the Patriots in this one. Okay, they're at home, and I just feel like they got the better team overall. They got the better coach in this situation. Elliberg let me down last week with the Colts. They let the Washington Commanders come back on them. I think the Patriots still got a chance here. They can still make the playoffs here. They can make that wild card. So go ahead and give me the Patriots at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
Ay. Unbelievable. I'm looking right now. I don't know who has the upper hand here, but I mean, 1-2-1 on the road. New England's 1-2. They play better away. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
So you go against the Colts last week, but then you pick them this week.
I don't know which way to go. Give me a horse without no Colts.
So look, we got 2 New York teams battling it out at MetLife Stadium. Buffalo is just they're kicking on every cylinder here. And the Jets, they're an improved team. But I trust Buffalo on offense, on defense to get the job done in New Jersey. So give me Buffalo to win this game.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Bills. I know at the preseason I said that the Bills were going to go to the Super Bowl. I know my Week 9 picks is changed to Kansas City, but no disrespect, man. The Bills are a lot better than the Jets. Yeah. Better defense, better offense. I mean, it is what it is. but they gotta do more. They really do. And
Yeah,
without Brees Hall, who's out for the season,
all the season. Yep,
yep, give me the Bills.
the Bills. Minnesota and Washington. Minnesota just acquired a piece of the puzzle that they needed. They're 6-1. They're coming off a good win against Arizona. I like Minnesota to win this game and continue their push to winning the NFC North. Washington, I know you're pretty high on Heineken, but sit down, enjoy this game, and drink yourself a Heineken as you watch the Commanders lose to the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey man, I didn't say he was gonna be undefeated as a backup. Never said that. Okay, just remember that when he took over as a backup quarterback, he led the Commanders to the playoffs, even though they were below 500. That's when the NFC East was terrible. Okay. But I like the Vikings because I picked the Vikings to be in first in their division. Book it for me. Vikings over the Commanders.
Look, Seattle and Arizona, State Farm Stadium. This, to me, I think is going to be a very high-scoring offensive game because these two teams do not have any kind of defense. And I think that Kyler Murray is going to pull out one or two more tricks better than Geno Smith in this one. So give me the Cardinals. I'm leaning towards the Cardinals in this one to beat Seattle and make things much more interesting in the NFC West race for that title.
Ooh, man. Yeah. You're talking about the Cardinals 1-3 at home?
Yes.
Really? Yes. Nah, son. Sorry. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
They have no defense when comparing to the Cardinals.
And they got a wacky ass quarterback. Okay, that once you put pressure on him, he's gonna close his eyes and throw the ball. He's gonna throw 3 interceptions, making Seattle look good. Give me Seahawks.
Oh, all right. Well, take those Seahawks. Them sea chickens. Rams, Buccaneers. I think the last time we seen these two battle it out, it was for a right to get to the Super Bowl. And right now, these two teams are fighting for the right to not get the number 1 pick. I mean, look, I don't know what to say, man. You know, Tampa Bay and Tom Brady is just all over the place, even though I think we're hearing that Tom Brady's going after some kind of weird NFL milestone, whatever. The Rams, they are all over the place. I trust more of the Buccaneers at home with Tom Brady in this situation than I do with Matthew Stafford. The Rams, just call it quits, dude. You know, just stop breaking the team apart and start rebuilding all over again. The Buccaneers, to me, they're more solid. You know, they just need to get a quarterback for the future because Tom Brady, this is it for him. But if I have to pick, I'm picking the Buccaneers at home to beat the Rams.
Not so fast, my friend, because both teams are struggling. Both teams trying to find their identity once again. Don't discredit the Rams because they still got that talent. Don't know why they're not functioning right, but I'm going to take the Rams over the Buccaneers.
Sure, that's not a problem. I respect that. I mean, somebody got to win their 4th game of the year. Sure, if you want to say it that way.
Yes.
Tennessee, Kansas City. Look, Tennessee, to me, all they got is Derrick Henry. Tannehill is hurt. If he plays, he's playing hurt. Okay, and so I don't see how Tennessee, who's probably ranked dead last on offense overall, is going to try to do anything against the Kansas City Chiefs team who has the second best offense in the league. I know the records are saying one thing, but if you look at the stats, the Chiefs are better overall on paper than Tennessee. Give me Patrick Mahomes to dominate this game, and they're going to find a way of at least minimizing Derrick Henry to a certain point to win this game. So Chiefs at home.
I say that the Chiefs are going to have a slow first quarter start just because they're coming back from a bye week. But the Chiefs will go ahead and escalate with points and take over and take care of their business at home over the Titans.
Love it. Baltimore, New Orleans, Monday Night Football, Caesars Superdome in Louisiana. Believe it or not, this was kind of tough because when I look at Baltimore's offense versus the Saints' defense, they were pretty much matched up together right there. Okay, but Baltimore has a very high prolific running game, and I don't see how New Orleans is going to be able to slow things down at home for that. So give me Lamar Jackson and give me a comfortable two-score lead at halftime, and they're going to run away with this by the third quarter and take down New Orleans Saints, who's running on a high because they just beat the Las Vegas Raiders 24-0. Give me the Raiders. Book it.
Listen to what you just said. You said, give me the Raiders. Did you mean to say Ravens?
The Ravens, because
I'm
Raiders,
just saying. I heard well. I could replay it for you if you want.
No, that's fine. I believe you. It's just I think the Raiders are still trying to score in New Orleans. I think that's what it is. They're still trying to find their first couple of points.
You think that the offensive coordinator should get fired for the preparations over there?
Out with the Raiders. I don't know. The Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
You want the Raiders again. You're disappointed because you picked the Raiders last week.
I did. In New Orleans. I'm sorry.
Don't feel bad because I did pick the Raiders too. And look what I'm like. I lost my ticket. That's sad. They didn't even score. But anyways, going to my pick, the Ravens and the Saints. Big eyes on Lamar Jackson because this is his contract, right? Last year with the Ravens. Who knows what could happen in the postseason? But I think there's too much going on here for the Ravens. The Saints, they got nothing to lose, man. They're going to play freely, man.
I think
freely.
So too. I believe so.
It's just this is rough.
I'm not gonna take none away from Andy Dalton. I think he's gonna do good. Their offense is ranked, I think, 5th overall, and I think they'll be able to exploit the Ravens' defense to a certain degree. But I think the better quarterback is Lamar Jackson in this situation, and I think the Ravens pull out this victory.
All right, man. You know what? I'm gonna go on your side for now. I'm going to take the Ravens on this one because when you look at the Saints. I mean, they couldn't handle the Bengals at home. And if you bring Ravens in here, I think it's going to be the same result. The only way that the Ravens will mess it up if it's a close game and Harbaugh decides to go to 4th down. Okay? That's going to be a problem. And he's done that a couple of times already, and that's why they got 3 losses because of that. But I got the Ravens on this one.
Sounds good to me. I mean, the Saints kind of is wishy-washy here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to get from the Saints week to week. You talk about that Bengal game. It was a close game, but they still lost. And then they turn around and destroy Las Vegas. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what Andy Dalton is trying to do with that offense over there.
But you know what, though? Andy Dalton is doing Andy Dalton. He's the backup quarterback. He's handling his business a lot better than what he did with the Dallas Cowboys. So, remember he's playing a team that didn't really want him in the team. The way he got sacked and everything else, nobody decided to pick him up. But now he's with the organization that they're enjoying their time. I wouldn't be surprised though if the Saints upset the Ravens though. That's the part right there. I think we're gonna have a good game Monday night.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited to watch the game. I mean, despite the Saints' record, I'm excited to watch that game.
Absolutely, same here. And this show is brought to you by the CMG Central. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And once again, Heck Love OV1 doing it up once again another week. But hey, I am still happy that the New York Giants are 6-2. That's all I'm saying.
I am too, and I'm getting a little tired of, which I put myself in that situation, listening to all the Giant fans, keep bashing or wanting to do away with Daniel Jones. Look, I mean, to me, I said it on a previous show earlier today. Daniel Jones to me is in a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. If we were 2-6, we want Daniel Jones's head out the door. He's 6-2, and yet they still want him out the door because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Well, in my opinion, he's doing what he's supposed to do because
what's he supposed to do?
Exactly.
Is he supposed to run? Yeah. Is he supposed to throw? Yeah. Is he supposed to protect the ball? He's definitely doing that. Just saying.
he's got leadership that's helping him out, and he's doing what he got to do with what he has to the best of his ability. And it's like to me, it's like there's a lot of people that don't care for him. So you know what? It's just frustrating. Let the kid
Don't let it be.
let
Don't
the
let
kid
it
do his
be.
thing.
Don't let it be. Let the games
because
play.
because it'll be those same fans that when the Giants
Mhm.
go deep into the playoffs, oh yeah, Daniel Jones is the savior. But before you were saying
Mhm.
about off with his head here, you see what I'm saying?
I think a lot, not only him, but I think a lot of similarities that I've seen. The Giants and the Bears have a lot in common as to not sure what's going on. They had a terrible, terrible coaching staff. And
Hmm.
finally, both general managers, the ownership, they got together and said, you know what? This is what we're going to go on for here on out. And both the Bears and the Giants are just taking care of business. And
I
you
yeah
never know in the near future that both those teams are going to lead their divisions. But we'll
yeah.
have to wait and see there. But hey, once again, you're listening to the All Four Downs NFL picks. Thank you for watching. And coming up in a half hour, we have the college football. The college football
Mhm.
rankings have been published, and I got some gripes. I got some
Mm.
complaints about that list and much, much more with Joe Aguirre. Thank you for listening. Continue to follow us. Thank you for your support. Take care, everyone. Let's enjoy some good old football.